Out here this morning with me and my Rottweiler, Rain the Cane Corso, and then the Rottweiler is Storm. And as always, little Missy's inside the house taking a nap with Mama Bear. So today we're going to talk about playing and doing a little bit of training while we're playing. So today I've already exercised my dogs. They're kind of tired, as you can see. They're not moving around as much, but they'll kick back up in a minute. So I do this, as often as I can. They need these big dogs need exercise, and so if you want them to kind of chill at least part of the day, there's got to be some exercise involved. And when your dog is chill like this is what you really. This when life is sweet. You know what I mean? This is when life is good, when you got big dogs and a balanced household, and that's what I'm after here. Is just that calm, very happy. Everybody doing their thing this morning. So. Later on, they'll start playing again in a minute. So uh, when they start playing, I'm gonna do something different today. I'm gonna try to work on snapping their, to getting a hold of their attention while they're playing. And the way I'm gonna do it is I'm gonna use this, the almighty hot dog. So randomly throughout this morning while they're out here playing, and again they'll kick up. They like to tuggle, they like to bite each other, and you know play bow, all the good stuff. So while they're doing that, I'm going to break into it and try to stop them, kind of break into that mentality where, because right now for them, whenever it's playtime or when it's time to go hang out with the neighbor's dog, whatever, nothing else matters, right? So I am trying to interject in there and say, hey, actually, you know what, there's something else that you like better, and that's the good old good morning, Paul, how you doing, man? Good to see you. um, the good old power of the treat. So I've got these tasty beef snacks, and I've got some like I said, the almighty hot dogs in my pocket. So when they start playing, I'm going to try to interject myself and like, hey, stop, look what I got. And the idea is just the snapping them out of the mindset. That's all it is just snapping them out of that mindset that, hey, it's okay that for me to have fun, but when dad calls me, when mom calls me, hey, how you doing? I'm not sure how to pronounce your name. So cute. Thank you so much for that. But we're setting ourselves up for success by first starting off with a exercise dog, and you can see both of these dogs are fairly calm, because they just went for a run. I'm gonna turn this camera around so you don't have to look at me the whole time. But yeah, so we got a good start on it. We've got a good head start, and I let them know that I had a few treats already, because so they know I've got the good stuff. So, but the goal here is just to snap them out of that mindset today. So if I can catch them on camera, hey, how you doing? I'm great. So this is my Cane Corso, Rain, and then my Rottweiler Storm over there. So as they're playing, I'm going to try to call them and snap them out of it, and then reward them if they come to me. That's the goal today. And hopefully the ultimate test is I can stop them from running to the neighbor's yard, especially this guy here. This Cane Corso. Yeah, you, buddy. You, buddy. You. Yeah, they're good dogs, but they just need a lot of love and care. They need a lot of training, and so you take one step at a time, one step at a time. Drive home that point that dog that can come back when they're supposed to can be a safety issue for them, and it can be a safety issue for you as an owner. Stiff dancer, oh my God. Hey, what's going on, stiff dancer? So that's the goal of today. This is live, so anything can happen. These dogs are I can't I can't 100% control them, like make them do exactly what I want them to do every single moment. I have to kind of try to influence them, and so today I'm hoping that they get a lesson today and recall even when they're excited. Like even this guy's like super excited, like he's bouncing around me. I'm putting my hand in his face so he doesn't jump on me, but he's like super bouncy. Yeah. But he wants to play, so let's get him a toy. Oh, we know exactly what you want to play with. You want to play with this? Ready? Like he is got full of. I mean, this is after exercise, guys. It's kind of weird that he has this much energy. But even after he did about a mile and a half. No, probably about a mile and a quarter this morning. We didn't make the full neighborhood, but he's got a lot of energy. And my Rottweiler's been a little sore lately, so we had to give her a little bit of ibuprofen, or which is the doggy version of ibuprofen, I guess, the carboprofen. Oh no, we got stuck in the tree. Oh man, we got to get that out. That was one of your favorite toys. Okay, buddy, we'll get it. What do you use the Sharky? Sharky's pretty heavy. Come here, Bobster. He's like, but my toy, Daddy. You threw my toy too high. I'm sorry about that. Hey, Samantha, what's going on? Oh man, I'm gonna have two toys stuck up there in a minute. Oh, that was bad. Okay, well, we'll play with Sharky here. One more time. I got this. Well, I guess I don't have this. Let me try to use a piece of wood here. Sorry about this, guys. Wasn't expecting to get my dog's toy stuck in the tree. Oh my goodness. So close. Okay, we're gonna get back to the dogs in just a second. It's so close though, I can almost taste it. He's wondering, what are you doing? He's like, why are you playing catch with the tree, Dad? Oh, never mind, guys. We're gonna switch to another toy. But anyways, so what we're gonna do is oh, happy birthday to your youngest son, Samantha. Happy birthday. It's a good day to celebrate. How's the weather going in Arizona, right? Oh gosh, number two toy stuck in the tree. Oh geez. Oh yeah, it's actually gonna be super nice today. Be I think like almost 80 degrees. There we go. Okay, got one of them down. Got your toy back, buddy. All right, here we go. Whew, back in business. Yeah, so Lorenzo, good morning. How's it going? The weather looks good. So yeah. So much better than last week when it was like snowing here in Texas. Oh man. And the thing about my dogs, they love to be out no matter what weather. If, even in the sun and the heat, they're not as active though when it's like 100 some odd degrees. But they don't care. They want to be outside until it's bedtime. Of course, my dogs are inside dogs, so when it's bedtime, they want to be tucked away and in bed just like little kids. But yeah, so today I am looking to catch my dogs while they're in that state of mind where it's play. Nothing else matters. And I'm going to try to jump in with my treats and see if I can get them to snap out of that mindset and pay attention to me. And that's the goal. The goal is to be able to snap them out of that mindset no matter where or what you're doing. You want your dog to say, hey, I got to do what Dad says. And judging by that incident 2-3 weeks ago where Rain decides to take off and run the fence line with the neighbors and ignore Daddy, we had to go back to the basics, y'all. And we have to reinforce that idea that, look, you can be snapped out of that mindset. We talk a lot about things like resource guarding. When your dog says, okay, this is mine and mine only, and you have to be in the alpha and the owner and say, hey, actually, nope, you don't get to resource guard, because that's how bites happen, right? People say, well, why did your dog bite you? Whatever. But there was probably warning signs all along that this dog has been, taking claim or taking stake into some object or food or some location. And in our case, we had my dog, my Cane Corso, took claim of the couch. And so that was our predicament. And we didn't find out until something bad happened. But these dogs, they take claim on things, and if you don't step in there and and teach them, hey, look, nope, it's not yours. I'm letting you play with it on my terms or when I say so. Setting those. I always talk about the word boundaries. Boundaries like the one word that kind of sums up. Where's Storm? Storm's over here. I'll be under the blankets if I was cold. Yeah, it's funny because occasionally we'll throw a blanket like. If it gets too chilly on the floor, because they sleep on the, close to the ground, so it's a little chillier down there than up top where I sleep. But so occasionally we'll throw a blanket on them, and of course, a couple hours later they'll kick the blanket off. This guy is strong, y'all. But yeah, a lot of bites happen because you don't realize that your dog has claimed something, and you don't have the ability to take it away from them. And the other thing you can do is teach your dog the command to drop it or let go, something like that, where you don't really have to, stick your hand in there and just tell the dog, drop it. And, obviously that takes work to teach them that, and they're not going to be perfect the first time you do it. But those commands are important because if you have a big dog and, and they're not used to you taking stuff from them, and they want it back, they could bite your hand. So teaching them how to drop it could be kind of a step in that direction. You know what I mean? Did rain meet? No, we still haven't done it. Oh my gosh, we're trying our best to get that matchup where this guy and his sister are together. That's still on the table, guys. That's still on the table. It's kind of a busy time right now. There's some things happening in the background that is making it hard for us to get together, but it will happen. It will happen. So Samantha says, show them your alpha, and so they don't think that they control you. That's exactly right. That's what I'm saying, is that in their mind, they have to realize that you can take things. Like, say, for instance, you see my dog intently loving on this bone. Watch this. No growling, no biting. This was hers. She's begging for it back. Okay, it's okay, sweetie. It's okay. Here you go, baby. I don't want to be mean to my dog, but that's a skill that requires a relationship and it requires time. Same thing this guy. He's already assumed claim to this toy. This is his toy. Some dog would be like growling at this point. He's already put his paw on it. You see that? But okay, well, but it's not quite the example that I'm looking for, but you get my point. I'm able to take this toy away from him even when he was interested in it. Not quite 100% interested in it, but you get my point. He has that, I have that ability to be able to take that away from him. And that's important because that prevents bites. You want to have that skill before this dog decides to, this is mine. You can't have it. If that's in his mind, you don't have that relationship with your dog, and you hadn't established that you're alpha, that dog could bite you. And look at the size of that guy's teeth. This guy, this is not a small dog. This guy can do some damage. So it's important to have that ability to be able to say, look, this is not yours. I can take this at any time I want as the alpha. That's Rainy. He's a boy. Yep. Stormy, what you doing, baby? Do you want water? Don't get water out of the pool. Go get some water. Go drink some water. No? Do you want some? You got a new toy? Okay, so now she's interested in that toy. Oh, that's pretty cool. I like your toy, Stormy. It's a cool toy. Here, you can have it, though. There you go. Good girl. That's a good girl. Guys, you don't understand how important to be able to do that to your dog is. Imagine that Rottweiler just says, you know what? You don't touch my toy. And then, okay, now here we go. Here's a Cane Corso intently biting on his bone. That's a pretty cool bone. I like that. Oh, I know you want it, but it's mine. But I love you and I'll let you play with it. Here you go. There you go. There you go. You can have it, buddy. Both of the dogs. You say, well, that's not impressive. I'm telling you what, if you don't have a dog that'll allow you to do that, that is absolutely impressive. Because how many people have been bitten because their dog doesn't has lay claim on an object or a toy or food or whatever, and you can't take it out of your dog's mouth? Yep. But you're right, Christopher. It's actually, that's one word that would sum it up as well, is relationship. This doesn't start today. This has been going on since I brought them home. Since the very first day, they had to learn. So one way you can do that is, like, when you give them their food, you can just put your hand in the food, make them wait. Say, no, 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 back, push them back, make them wait. You can play with their food, act like you're working on something with their food, or making it taste extra special with your fingers, whatever. Make them realize that they just can't take hold of that food and make it there as soon as you pour it down. Hey, this is my food, but I'm letting you have some of it. Okay, he's interested. I'm gonna try to make sure if he runs off, to try to bring him back with my special treats that I got in my pocket. So anyway, is it a boy, girl, boy? Okay, so Sigrid, this is the girl. Storm is the girl, and then Rain is the boy. Oh, and Samantha, Missy's in the house. You know how she is in the morning. She wants to sleep in late, like she works a full 9 to 5 on the weekends. Tenza says, "Hey, what's going on? Like and subscribe, yay!" Yes, thank you so much for that. I appreciate that. Is she perfect, I'm not sure what you mean, Christopher, on that last comment saying she is perfect, and so, oh, perfect and adorable, maybe. Thank you. Kayla from Barcelona says thumbs up, yay! Thank you so much. Fact, bro, you're so right, and I wish more people would learn that, to be alpha of certain breeds. Yeah, absolutely, Christopher. It's one of those things where we should, as pet owners, assume that role no matter how big or no matter what breed of dog. Now, the way you approach that may be different, because not every dog is motivated the same way. Do you know what I mean? Some dogs are motivated to be more protective and possessive, or some dogs respond to treats or playtime or ball. So you have to kind of use whatever you can to your advantage to teach that lesson. And but it's something that you can't really ignore. Especially the bigger the dog is, the more damage they can do. So all the more important for those bigger breeds. So yes, please, thank you so much, Samantha. Shout out from Long Beach, California. What's going on, Henry? Yeah, knowing your breed is key. And I recommend, following people that actually have that breed that you're interested in, or that you own and you're trying to teach a skill. Oftentimes it's just finding that one video that teach you that one skill that you were missing, and you're like, oh, I'm so glad I watched that. How many times have I looked back and said, I wish I knew that before. Some of you people that have been are my regulars know that I talk a lot about my dogs wearing collars, or in this case, not wearing collars, because I did not realize if you have a very, very aggressive dog that plays rough like that, they can latch onto those collars and they can actually choke the other dog out. So knowing that my dog is that way, this Rottweiler, she loves a rough play. And not only that, her go-to is to the neck, and she loves to grab a hold of the collar of the neck. And we've already had one accident with her. And since that happened, and of course I was taken aback. I was like, I didn't even know that was possible. I mean, who doesn't put collars on their dogs? You know what I mean? Like, no one says, hey, be careful with having a collar on your dog, because if they play rough and they get tangled up in your collar, your dog can actually die. No one ever said that. So I'm sitting here looking like a fool. I mean, literally looking like a fool, because I had no idea that was possible. So yeah, absolutely, Samantha. Read up on your dogs. Read up on those little things that could cause harm to your dog, and be knowledgeable, because you're only doing it for them. The more you know, the better they are. So definitely keep up the research. Know your breed as best as possible. And I mean, I understand we have jobs, we have lives, we have other things that we have to do. So it's one of those things where you have to balance your work and your time that you spend with your dog. a couple weeks ago. No, at this point, it's probably been a month. We had a guest come on the show. His name was Kashawn, and he had a beautiful Rottweiler, y'all. Theracu says very, very, very good protective dogs. Absolutely, these are very protective dogs, especially both of them really are. But Kashawn was like really, really had a great dog, very, very well behaved dog. Was very obedient, and I asked him like, how many hours do you spend? How much time do you spend? He's like hours every day. He spent training his dog, and I'm like, wow. You could really tell. So the more time you spend with these dogs, the better the outcome is with them. Especially if you're if you're training them, not just like rubbing on them all day, but actually training them. And just remember that everything you do can be a training. Even something as simple as petting your dog. You say, well, how is petting my dog training my dog? Well, you can not pet them when you don't want them to when they're doing a behavior that you don't like, whether it's barking or nipping at you or chewing on your shoe. You can not pet them. And then when they stop, guess what you can do? You can reward them by petting them. So something as simple as petting can be a training tool. You're always training your dog. No matter what you're doing, you're always training them. A lot of times we like to appease our dogs, and dogs don't understand appeasement like we do with human beings. Because it's like, well, if I butter you up, maybe you'll do what I ask you to do. It doesn't work that way with dogs. You don't butter them up. You don't feed them or love on them, and then they'll stop barking at you. You know what I mean? It's one of those things where if they're not doing the behavior that you don't want, I mean, if they're doing the behavior that you don't want, you stop all that. You stop the rubbing, you stop the treats, you stop the food, you stop, not like starve your dog, but I'm just saying temporarily, you withhold that thing that they want. Withhold what they want. Then when they do the behavior that you want, then you go right back to loving on them. Henry says I lose a tooth, and with one tooth missing can be disadvantage for them protecting themselves. Yeah. So these birds are making too much noise over there. But yeah, these dogs have to. They need their claws and their teeth to defend themselves. But since our dogs are so domesticated nowadays, and we're protecting them more often than they're protecting us, with the exception of the exception of maybe people wanting to break into your home. I think they would think twice if they saw a Rottweiler and a Cane Corso staring them in the face. They're like, ooh, maybe not. Maybe I won't break into this house. But it's funny because as a human, we probably spend more time protecting them. You know what I mean? Whether it's training or whether it's making sure they stay in their backyard, keeping them safe behind the fence line so they don't break out, and bite somebody. Cookie says TY. I guess that's a thank you. Maybe there was today's your birthday. Happy birthday, Cookie. Wanda commenting on all lives. All right. I love it. Absolutely. So Henry says, absolutely right, fam. I used to raise American Pit Bull Terriers. Oh, yeah. That's what's up. Roll Up said, hi. What's up, Roll Up? But anyway, so yeah, everything can be a training tool. I always say, and this is one thing I learned too, is that you see that we have a lot of these treats around the house. I don't know if you can see that or not. This is the hot dog version of it. But I never really treat my dog unless they are doing something for it. They work for everything. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying I'm a slave driver. That's not the point. The point is that giving dogs their treat just because they exist, okay, yeah, that's probably okay. But I'd rather just do something simple like, hey, just make them sit. Before you give them their little treat, just say sit. It's not gonna hurt them to sit down and let them work for it. Because think about this. Let me put it like this. You and I, we go to work 8 hours a day, 9 hours a day, sometimes 12 hours a day, depending on what you do, right? And we work hard for that. We come home, we pay these mortgages on these big old, I almost said a bad word, sorry guys, on these big houses, and which I keep my channel clean. So, so if you're not new, my channel I try to keep it extremely clean because there are kids that hop on. I don't want kids to be exposed to that. But anyways, we work hard and we pay for all this stuff, right? We pay for this water bill and all this, and it's meaningful to us. right? It means something. It's different if you were independently wealthy, you never had to work for anything. When you buy something, it really doesn't mean anything to you. That it means something because you have it, but it's not the same when you work for it. You know what I mean? When you're proud that you worked, your blood, sweat, and tears went into pay the payment for this. It means something to you. But guess what? These dogs are like rich folks. They're like millionaires. They don't got to go to work for nothing. They don't work for anything. They wake up, they mosey around, they drink water, they eat a snack. They ain't got to work for anything. So when you ask them to do a job, man, that's something that means something to them. It's something as small as sitting down and coming when I ask you to, or learning a new skill. That brings meaning to them for them. That's not being mean. Hey, dude, why you got to make your dog work for a treat? That's so mean. I can't believe you. No, to them it means something. So I always let them work for their treats. You know what I mean? I don't care if it's just come sit or lay down, whatever. Just go ahead and let them do a something. Let them do a job. Otherwise, it's just kind of meaningless. You know what I mean? So Terry said they fight. They do, but it's usually rough play, and then the rough play one person gets offended, her, she gets offended, and then and when she gets offended, excuse me, guys. Allergies are still bad right now. But when she gets offended, then she try to retaliate, and then that's when the fight happens, and that's where hopefully I'm around, or some family members around to kind of squirt them. It's never really like a all out brawl, like bloody bath. It's usually just one person just bites harder to try to get the other person I say person, but the other dog to stop the behavior that they don't like. But it's a rare thing. Thank goodness. Whew, thank goodness it's a rare thing. Because these big dogs can do damage, man. Especially this guy, this Cane Corso. That dude's got a bite force he can snap her bones. He's a sweetheart, though. He didn't do that. But, you've got to be on the lookout. Got to be on the lookout. Storm is a Rottweiler and Rain's a Cane Corso. Yes. They love to work for the family. Yes, that's right, Henry. You got to give them a job. So Paul says one of the ways to establish alpha role is to make them work for everything they get. Yes, sir. 100%. Everything they get, make them work. Because again, imagine you being at home all day, 24 hours, laying on your back. You don't something small is fetching a ball is that's like the world to you. You know what I mean? That's like you went on vacation. And don't forget, their lifespan is so much shorter than ours. So if you think about it, one fun day for them is like going on a vacation for a week to us. So it's kind of an interesting perspective, Every time they have fun for an hour, that's like half a day's worth of fun to them, or a full day's worth of fun. So just go ahead and do it. How do I join? Fun times. There is a subscribe button somewhere. I don't know, guys. Where's the subscribe button? Somewhere on the screen. Just hit our name and hit subscribe, and you can join us. Devon says Rottweiler wins fight. I don't know about all of that. I mean, my dogs I don't pit my dogs against each other. I prefer them not to fight. I really want them to play, but I'm always on guard. One thing I do is I will look for the signs, like if her hackles are up, and the obvious. How do I explain it? The energy changes where it's like much higher than normal, and you can feel both dogs are reacting to each other, and that's how I know, okay, well, I got to step in and do something. And typically when I'm in the backyard and they start getting kicked up, either I sacrifice my body, I sacrifice myself, or look at that look he's giving her, or I use my water gun, and the water gun's been a blessing, y'all. If you don't know how to use a water gun for your dogs, get you one of these bad boys right here, one of these super suckers. That thing right there is awesome. I got it preloaded because I'm ready. Rain, come here. Rain. Sit. Good boy. Storm, come here. Oh, maybe you're sore. That run got you sore. Sit. Good girl. So yeah, I'm gonna be doing that just periodically. Go play. Go play. Go play. I'm gonna be doing that periodically just because I'm just trying to make sure I snap them out of that mindset when they're rough playing. I want them to say, "Okay, Dad's calling me. It's time to cut it out," without even having to go and and break up the playtime. Do you know what I mean? So, but that's all I want. So it's a lot. We've done a lot today. I mean, they've had their first exercise for the day. This guy may, if he has more energy in him, I may put on his little weighted vest. And you guys probably seen me put on that vest where it just adds a few pounds. So every time he runs or every time he jumps, whatever, it adds a little bit more energy. Takes a little more energy to deal with that vest, and I love it. I love it. It's been great. I'm so glad I bought a vest for him. 8 pounds is just enough. He wants love now. But I am waiting for this magical moment for my neighbor's dog to come running out of that door over there. So he starts running, and I'm gonna try to call him back with my treats. But I'm trying to remind him that I have those treats in my pocket, so he knows that if he come back, he gets a reward. So that's the goal here. So we got another birthday here. Somebody's 12. Who's 12? Paige. Happy birthday. Alrighty. Thanks, Fun Times. Fun Times says I'm already subscribed. Okay, I hear you. What do you think about Presa Canarios? I think Presa Canarios, based on what I've seen, and I haven't done a lot of research. I admit, guys, that I don't, since I don't own a Presa Canario, I don't necessarily do extensive research on it. But since I do own a Cane Corso and there's a lot of similarities, I do hear about them, and they seem to be fantastic dogs. Very similar to the Cane Corso in the sense that you have to have strong leadership. And see, he's like staring her down, like, I want to play with that. There's a lot of jealousy sometimes between those two, and that does kick up some conflict whenever one dog wants the other's toy, or whatever the other one's doing. And so a second ago, when you saw me call rain, and then he looks at me like, huh? And he comes over, and I noticed that Storm, stayed put, and that's what I want, because they've done this thing where now if you call one, both come running because they're like, oh, something good's about to happen. So if I come whenever the other guy's name is called, then I get something good too. So I am doing my best to separate that by saying, nope, you only come when I call your name, because if I need you to sit, and you're not in a sitting position, you get in the way of the other one, and then it becomes a mess. And that a lot of times people don't they struggle with walking like both of their dogs, because they together, because it's funny, dogs have this weird thing, especially two big dogs, where they will team up in a very odd way. So sometimes I'll run around the house, like just like run around in the kitchen, around the island, and my dogs will kind of like follow me or chase after me. And I'm doing it in a playful way. Normally I don't let my dogs play inside the house, but sometimes I do run around the house around, and what they'll do is they'll team up, where if I'm behind a table, one will go one direction, the other one go the other, the opposite direction, and they tend to team up and think as a collective sometimes. But when in the case of recall, I prefer them to do one at a time. Like if I want rain to come, only rain shows up. If I want storm to come, only storm. So I've had to work on that to get that to happen, and it's a skill that they can learn. Is this only farms? It's close enough. Minus anything bad. uh, that's cool. What state do you live in? I'm in Texas. Nate Dog, what's up? So yeah, I'm a Texan. Want to see my dogs? Yes, I do want to see your dogs. So Fun Times, I've been trying my best to find a platform that would allow me to come on and show other people's dogs. However, YouTube app has been the best so far when it comes to live streams, because they don't require as much data for streaming, and so the picture quality is better, and I have less issues. So until I find a way to get these other streaming services to work out, it's been very, very difficult for me to get people to come on to show their dogs off. I'm working on it, but it's just rough. So Devon, I have 3 dogs. Little Missy's inside the house, sleeping in late. I can walk one dog at a time. I have a blue heeler and an American bulldog. So some people talking about only walking one at a time. So one thing that I've done to help me when I walk both my dogs at the same time, and it's funny because I was just talking about taking my wife is going to take them to the vet, and I recommended her not take both dogs because um, it just requires so much effort. And once one kicks up, you try to settle that one down, the other one kicks up. And when you go to the other one, then the original one starts back up. You know what I mean? So you bounce it between these dogs because they're like double teaming you. It's kind of what I was talking about earlier about running around the house, and they just they try to outsmart you. And so sometimes it's better to just do one at a time. The only way I've gotten around having trouble walking both of my dogs is I use prong collars, and I try to teach them to walk right beside me on my heel at the heel position, and I offer lots of correction. At the very beginning, it's a lot of correction. It's nope, it's that gentle tug where, excuse me, because the prong collar is already offering some sort of like tactile response to the neck. So when you give it a little slow little tug, what you're doing is you're increasing that sensation, giving them the feedback that, hey, no, that's not what I want. And so it's a lot of correction at the beginning, and then over time they start getting fewer and fewer corrections because they understand that, oh, he wants me to walk beside him and not get ahead of him. And so the prong collars and the and just walking and again, walking is another one of those things that's an amazing training tool. It's an amazing training tool. I'm talking about treats a lot, but walking is probably one of my favorite ways to train my dog. Is because what you're doing is you're saying, look, I am, like, oh, see that position? They're waiting for that door open. Rain, come here, sit. There you go, buddy. Like, I'm just reminding him that I have these treats. So when he runs over there, I'm gonna call him back, and then when he comes back, I'll give him the treat. So just reminding him. I know you want some, but you're not getting any more till you do something I ask you to do. You don't get to force me to give you a treat. It doesn't work that way, buddy. You got to work for it. He's like, I am. I'm making you give it to me. I'm working for it. Oh, I know, sweetie. But you got, oh, what? You want to lay? Oh, no, you're not going to force me to give you a treat. Y'all see that? He got frustrated. He's like, Rain, come here. You want to lay for, come here, right here. Sit right here. I'll give you another treat if you can lay for me. Can you lay down? Here, lay. You can do this. You're going to have to work for it, buddy. Sit. Down. There we go. Good boy. There you go. That's a good boy. Now you deserve that treat. Go play. All right, so what we were saying, guys. Nope, back. Setting those boundaries. You see that? You see how he's jumping on me like that? Yeah. But I just want to remind him that I have these treats in my pocket. So when he decides to run over there, I'm going to see if my treats will pull him back out of that mindset. All right, anyway, what was I talking about before I said that, guys? I'm using my hand to block him. I forgot what I was talking about now. My dogs don't care about treats. My healer is a disc working dog, so that's the most important. Exactly, Stumpy. That's my point. Your dog may not like these little brown things, what I'm feeding him. Your dog may not appreciate these things. These aren't turds. These are beef snacks. And so you have to find what your dog is motivated with. You know what I'm saying? And you use that to your advantage. If your dog likes to play with a certain toy, then you use that toy for your training. What are you doing? Are you doing CPR? Okay, here we go. Here we go, guys. Oh, they stopped. I was gonna see if I can break up their play with the treat. MC Art said he's pretty. What's up? Thank you so much. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to everybody. Yes, the bloggers purge shows says that she likes the learning with them as the cue. Love it, love it. Yeah, definitely. Water gun time. Yeah, I might have to get the water gun. I'm gonna try to break up their mindset with these little treats today. If I have to get to the water gun, I gotta get to it. You know what I mean, Samantha? Oh, hey, did you get my email, Samantha? But yeah, so you got to work with what your dog will respond to. Do you know what I mean? Who's faster? The Cane Corso. The mentally, my Rottweiler, she thinks she's faster, and she gets embarrassed when she's not the faster. Isn't that right? Don't you get upset? You get so mad that he beats you, but he's a bigger dog. He's a much bigger dog. Got them big legs on him. Yeah, she thinks she's the fastest thing existing. Until somebody beats her, then she gets really emotional and then decides no, she gives up. Then she'll slow. Like on our run this morning, I noticed that what happens is if my Cane Corso, if rain starts to, you want water, buddy? Oh, let me go help him out, guys, because he's still struggling with this water. Do you want water, buddy? You can get water. You can do it, buddy. Let me have your paw. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do this. Today's gonna be your day, buddy. Yes, you can do it. You gotta leave your paw there though. Get you some water. There you go. But you gotta leave your paw there. You can't take your paw off. Yep. Uh-oh. Nope. You gotta leave your paw in there, buddy. Y'all, he is so struggling with this. I know you want to take it off, but it doesn't work that way. You've got to keep your paw. There you go. Go ahead, I'm still here. You can drink your water. You want more? I know you want more, but you got to put that paw back there. There you go. Good boy. Good boy. I'm going to try to give him some love. Good boy. That's a good boy. Good boy. That's exactly the behavior I want. Good boy. So yeah, okay. So what were you saying? Did the other dog learn the putting the? Yes, Stumpy. I can demonstrate that to you right now. I think I can. Come here, Stormy. Get some water. Come get some water. Show them what you can do. She's like, I'm gonna take my sweet time. Get some water. Yeah, so she got it down pat, y'all. She don't even hesitate anymore. Oh man. That's a good girl. That's a good girl. Yeah. She's a good girl. She's like, I can show them I can do it. Yeah, I can do it. Yeah, so she's learned that. But it took many weeks, y'all. I think months. It took me months to get her to that part. So Magic Johnson, she is 4 years old and he's 2. So Stumpy says, lay your hand and ask for a shake. I'm teaching Coda to turn off the lights by putting my hand where I want her paw to touch. I could try that. But let me tell you, Stumpy, the reason why he's struggling with that water is because he's conflicted. He doesn't want his feet to get wet. Like, he'll put it up there, but it's just, for him, he just hates his feet being splashed with water. So it's almost like it's unpleasant for him. He's just the way he is. And my daughter uses that to her advantage when she's setting boundaries with him, because she uses a little bit of water bottle and she'll spray him because he just hates being sprayed with water. And that's been great. It's been great for her to use that for setting boundaries with the Cane Corso. Now, the Rottweiler would love it. She would think that you were rewarding her. If you try to spray her with water, she'd be like, oh, yeah, let's do it. Come on. She'd love it. But this guy, it actually works as a means of deterring him from doing things or setting those boundaries, as I said. So, but yeah, Cane Corso. Oh, he's a prissy pants. Yeah, yeah, he's definitely a prissy pants. That's one way of putting it. But yeah, we got something going over here. What we got going over here? So this is healthy. This is healthy playtime right here. I love this. This is healthy. Nobody's biting each other. They're going after a toy together. They're tearing it apart, which I don't care. Okay, here I go. Here I go, guys. Let's see if I can interject in here. I'm gonna try the Cane Corso first. Rain, come here. Rain. Rain. Oh, see, guys, he's not even hearing me out. Rain. I got a treat. No, so, oh, you know what he's doing? He's trying to do both. He's coming towards me, but keep me playing. Come here, Storm. Nope. Nope. You guys don't get it because y'all didn't do what I asked you to. But I'll give you pets. I'll give you love. Good job. Good job. Now go play. So I'm going to keep working on it till I get it, y'all. Look at him. Here, let me try it again, guys. Let's see. I'm going to try Storm. 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 Storm, come here, baby. Come here. Storm. Good girl. Here's a treat for you. You get a treat? You get a treat? I'm going to keep doing that until they realize, oh, dang, that's awesome. When Daddy tells me to come here, I get a nice treat. Uh-oh, I think she may have choked on it a little bit. It's fun to watch them play, guys. It's so much fun. Let's see. Magic Johnson says that makes sense. Check the videos of the dogs he has done on. Yeah. I'm sure there's a lot of questions that have probably already been answered because I do weekly videos and I do shorts as well. So if you, my titles aren't the greatest, but I got a lot of. See that? You hear that increase in volume there? That was her saying you need to cut it out. She's getting frustrated. So either I have to go get that water gun or do something else. But right now it's mainly just play. It's mainly play. But it was just a split second where it just kind of got a little more aggressive sounding. Stormy, want a treat? Come here. There we go. Sit. There we go. So I'm gonna keep doing that so they can learn that skill. Go play. I think Storm is good with that. I think I need to start working with the Cane Corso more so than the Rottweiler. I think she knows that, hey, when Dad calls, I need to come. It's the Cane Corso that just doesn't want to. It's kind of stubborn, you know what I mean? Let's see here. Rain, come here. Oh, there we go. Good job, buddy. I didn't call you, Storm, baby. I didn't call you. Go back. Go play. And y'all, I think Missy's call is wanting to come out. Let's go get Missy. She's finally woken up. Okay. Oh, it's stuck here. We have to go to the doggy door. Y'all, excuse how dirty this is. The dogs make things dirty. So come here, Missy. Here's Missy. If y'all haven't met Missy, hackles and everything. Come on, let's go. You greet Missy out here. They hate when she gets special treatment. They get jealous of little Missy sometimes, but Missy holds her own, y'all. Look at that little confident dog. She is so confident, y'all. A little bit too confident sometimes, I think, to her own detriment. So if you're new to the channel, this is Missy. She's our Puggle, which is a Pekingese Pug mix. Hey, what's up, Missy? What's going on, girly? And she is the dog alpha. She's the alpha of the 3 dogs. We try to support her in that role, meaning that her being alpha is a safety issue for her. So because these dogs are so big, they don't mean to trample over her, But if she doesn't make herself known and her presence known, they can jump on hurt her. So what she does is she makes herself alpha, and they have to respect her and watch where they're stepping. Ain't that right? See, I'm a sweet dog, but I know how to handle big dogs. So Samantha says they listen to Where Did You Get Missy? She's a rescue. No, actually she's not. I'm a little embarrassed to say that she's not a rescue, but we got her when we lived in Mississippi, and that's why her name is Missy, by the way, because it's short for Mississippi. Missi is how you spell her name, but because it's short for Mississippi. And same with my Yorkie being the alpha. Yes, yes. These little dogs, they've got to do it. You know what I'm saying? It's for their own safety. Their own safety. Missy is the boss. What's going on, Chase? The Pity and Kitty Committee. The Pity and Kitty Committee. Love that. Way to go, little Alpha Queen. I love your name. Have I read your name before? It kind of sounds familiar. Uh, I think I did the same thing, laughed the last time I saw your name. Potentially. um, yeah. Getting a cat, by the way, but it will be a kitten when I get it. Yeah, so introducing a cat to your pack, man. Ooh, I don't really know how I would do that. I think, oof, I don't know, because my two dogs, they have a strong prey drive, especially him. And I would think that they would try to spend all day trying to get, trying to kill the cat. I'm sure it's a way to introduce it and a cat into the pack, and then and everyone be safe. But it's just right now I can't vision it. My healer submits to my Yorkie, but the Yorkie will just be sitting there. The healer would just try to lay down under the Yorkie with calm energy from the Yorkie, no snarling or anything. Mm-hmm. Are they spayed and neutered? Absolutely. Everybody in the house are fixed because we unfortunately can't have babies because that's such a big job, and I'm not even sure that's a good idea to breed the Cane Corso and the Rottweiler. I'm not sure if that's a good idea or not. I have to do the research behind that. So, but we opted to fix all of our dogs. With him, it was more about behavior. We felt that he was having issues with all the extra testosterone, and he was marking in the house. And luckily, that has, for the most part, been resolved. I hadn't seen him mark in at least, I don't know, it's been about 4, 5, 6 months since that happened. So, yeah, we're all fixed up over here. Yeah, I appreciate that, Paul. Says don't be embarrassed by purchasing a dog. Too much judgment on the topic. Yeah, but I feel like you know how it is when people are like, oh, I rescued my dog. You're an idiot. You bought yours. You know, they make you feel so bad. And I'm like, at the time, and I can tell you the story how we got her. You know, we were a small family. My wife and I have 2 kids, and I was stationed out in Mississippi at Keesler, and we were just and I had just finished training, civilian training, actually residency. If you're interested in knowing that, so I just finished, and we were moving, and we were like moving from Texas to Mississippi. It was a new life, and we just felt like we needed something, I don't know, to anchor us a little bit more, you know, to bring home that that home feeling, like we had finally made it to our first duty station, and we just wanted something, you know. And my wife has always loved dogs. I've always loved dogs, and we went to the store, and we saw all the dogs that were there, and Missy was the only one that paid attention to us, because what they do is they'll put you in like a little bit of a small space, and you can interact with your potential pet. And this little dog just had so much interest in me, the kids, the wifey. And so we were like, oh, yeah, you're the one. And we brought her home. And this little girl has been an amazing little dog. Amazing. I mean, you see the grumpy side of her because of she's always having to contend with those big dogs. But this little girl, man, you could trust her. Like, I don't know. She would not tear up anything in the house. very easily trained. I mean, even right now, I think she may still know some of her tricks. I think I've demonstrated, like, sit, back, back, not you. Go back, back. I'm telling this Cane Corso to go back. Lay. I know it's cold. Good girl. Let me go ahead and treat you for that. She was that little girl that, you could do almost anything, Good. Down. Can you turn? Can you turn? There. That's a good girl. That's a good turn. Yeah, we don't let her roll. She used to roll, but I think as she's gotten older, her shoulder has gotten a little more sore. But this dog was just a beautiful dog. I mean, very, very great for the house, for the family. Don't get jealous. Come on. And it's just been a great thing for our family. Great puppy, great pet for our family. He knows I got treats, so he's like, I'm just going to preemptively sit for you, and maybe you'll give me a treat. Sorry, it doesn't work that way, buddy. It doesn't work that way. You do what I ask you to do, then you get treated for it. Yeah, go play. Go play. He's like, all right, I'll go play. Thank you, Samantha. Appreciate it. Zeke, it's you. Zeke and friends, what's going on? Lopez, it's been a year. Yeah, I do actually. I do remember that name. Paul, I think his smell is actually better. Much better than, because we used to complain a lot. Now, bearing in mind, he is a little stinky right now because I just think he just needs a bath. Not because of his body odor per se. Like, I just think he hadn't been bathed in like a couple months at this point. So he needs a bath right now. But it's not because of his body odor from his diet. So I think you were spot on. I think you solved that problem for our family, man. Just not having all that chicken in his kibble. And we've been using his, like I said, been using that local brand from the Tractor Supply store that doesn't have the chicken in it. And man, I am still trying my best to figure out how to get into, the raw diet. And actually, one of our subscribers, I don't know if you've seen, it looks like a little cat with a green sweater on, OBG. I was talking to, and actually that's a friend of mine, to be honest with you. So, OBG feeds. I think she has like 4 or 5. No, she's got $5, I think, and she does all raw, and she's been doing that from the very beginning. And she's kind of giving me some more tips to maybe make this transition better and easier. It's just the economics. I'm still trying to make sure it makes sense because it's with. I mean, my dogs are a little bit bigger. Missy tried to step in and stop them from being aggressive. That's a good dog. That's a good baby. That's good. And I think her thing is she definitely freezes all of her raw foods because she's trying to kill all the parasites. I think she says about a week or two, I think what she said. So she has a deep freezer. And so wife and I have been thinking about that. Maybe we should get a deep freezer and try to stockpile some good, if we find some raw food that we can kind of stockpile and then thaw it out for them. So still working on it. It's been a lot more tougher than I thought it was going to be, and I've gotten a little bit. I don't know. Driving out to go to the butcher has been more of a chore than I guess I bargained for. But still a believer. It's just not happening just yet. Joey, is that your yard is huge? Thank you, Joey. Yep, this is my backyard. Yep, it's not green right now. I don't know if it'll ever be green with all the water restrictions that are going to be going on this year from our drought here in Texas. I know. She's like, I know you got some more treats. I'm willing to work for it. I know. It's me from 2024, bro. We talked about the dogs and stuff. Yeah, I remember Lopez. I do remember. How was the cut he got the other day? Oh, it's better, much better. It was kind of weird, Samantha. We were just like sitting there talking, and just the dude just started like I looked down and he had like this cut on him for something. I don't know what happened. It's healed up right now. But I have no idea. I still to this day don't know. I went over there and looked, and I don't see anything what he would have cut himself on. So maybe he did it while they were playing. I'm not sure, but it was weird. So I just rinsed it off with soap and water, and I usually have this. It comes in a little blue bottle, and it's like a antiseptic, and it kind of offers some barrier to keep it from getting infected. You probably see it at any like pet store. That stuff has been incredible. Like it helps them heal pretty quickly. I couldn't find it, but the soap and water was fine. Probably need to pick up some more later on, but that stuff is really good for dogs when they get cut or bruises and stuff like that. So yeah, but yeah, it healed very well. Yes, that's Stormy for her. She gets all hot and then she's this concrete is kind of cold. I mean, I think it's about 50 degrees out here right now, so that concrete has to be about 40 degrees. It's a good day. It's good as healing. Yeah, look at it. Oh, Storm, meet Storm. Come say hello to Storm. Say hi, Storm. The Storms meet. um, yeah, so Emily has a purebred Rottie, but he's German and is huge. I also have a Cane Corso. She's older, but was beautiful when she was in her prime. Their names are Millie and the Django. Ooh, I like those names. The Django is one of my favorite movies. Yeah, so Storm says hello, Storm. I love that. Hey, big boy. Hey, big boy. Hey, little Mishy. And my profile kid, but I'm not a kid. I just don't know how to change it. Oh, okay. Yeah, you have to do a little Google search on that, the little YouTube search. Everything you can think of is pretty much explained on YouTube. I was kind of talking to my wife the other day about that because you know how you get certain age, you start reflecting, and it seems to me that a lot of times the older generation, and you guys may think differently about this, but from my perspective, I felt like there was a lot of emphasis on the older generation because knowledge was, for the most part, passed down through word of mouth. And for most of human history, like you had to tell a story, right? So stories meant a lot to people because they learned from them, and that was their only way of learning stuff. And it was life-saving for many kids. That's what I'm doing, right? I'm trying to talk about the downfalls or the things that you have to watch out with these big dogs in a story format in order to help people, right? But for most of human history, that's been the case. If someone didn't tell you, you just didn't know, or you may stumble upon that information. But as we begin to find ways to pass down information through other means besides storytelling, orally, I feel like that power is slowly being siphoned away from the older generation. And so there may be a reflexively loss of respect for the older people. So you hear these young people talking about, I don't care about old people, blah, 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 but at one time we did. At one time we valued the older you are, the more important you were because of the knowledge you possessed. Now you can almost look up almost anything on YouTube and find that information out. And I think there's a loss of viewing the importance of the older generation. Now, I don't think that that's 100% the case where you can learn everything, but pretty much darn everything you could think of, you could probably look it up on YouTube. Someone can explain it to you probably with probably even slightly better than maybe your father could explain it. Now that's a controversial type way of looking at it. If you guys have a different opinion, I don't blame you. But I do see that maybe related to the trend of people starting to kind of pull away from valuing, old heads like me. You know what I'm saying? Am I an old head? I think I'm an old head. I'm an old head. Oh, I'm an old head. But you know what I mean. It's just the internet has so much information out there, right, Rain? He's like, yeah, it does. But back to the dogs. Emily says, I love, yeah. Cane Corso is so perfect. His ears and setting. Thank you so much. That's a huge topic in and of itself. My daughter has a Jack Russell called Bella. So Denise has a daughter who has a grand puppy named Jack Russell, or Bella named a Jack Russell named Bella. So Paul says my Cane Corso's name will be Zora, looking to get a black one female male version of Zoro. I love it. I love it. Zoro versus Zora. Do the dogs poop everywhere? So Devon, for the most part, they've been pushing their poop more so on the farthest end of the property, which I appreciate. But every now and then, for some reason or other, they tend to do a deuce right here or deuce over here. So they're kind of unpredictable. For the most part, they try to go farther away from the house. And with this bigger lot that I have here, it's an acre, and they have access to about a half an acre in the backyard. But I don't really pick up the poop. I really don't. I just like it's an exercise in futility. And I have like a little doggy compost in an in-ground compost area that I used to compost their poop in, and and that was because I had moved from a smaller location. We had like a regular third of a lot house before here, and I had to pick up their poop. If not, there was no way you could go outside in the backyard without just being assaulted with just poop. Just the smell just like would just take over. You couldn't sit outside more than a few minutes, and imagine what my neighbors were experiencing. So I had to pick up the poop then. But here it's a little bit different. But when I got here, I was still picking up their poop, and I was like, well, let me compost it. So I dug a hole in the ground over there. I've got a compost trash can on the other side. I think I've showed that to you guys before here. If you haven't seen it, I'll show it to you, just so you know what I'm talking about. It's terrible now because I don't use it, but yeah, come with me, buddy. It's your Cane Corso is always going to be by your side whenever you're going somewhere, because they want to know. They want to know. Do you need me? Do you need me to be your bodyguard? But here it is right now. This is my in-ground. Like I said, it's a mess right now. It's and I dug it in the ground. It's like perforated around the trash can. So I used to throw their dookie in there, and then I'd buy the enzymes from Amazon. You can order the Amazon enzymes. You just pour a little bit of the enzymes on there, and then put the water on top of it, and it breaks it down. So I used to do that now, but nowadays I just let that poop disintegrate in the yard, and especially if they're doing most of it back there where we don't really go over there. Look at Missy over there, way in the far corner. You know, now that it's so far away from the house, for the most part, I don't worry about it. Okay, so let me go back to what you guys were saying about the generational stuff. The new generation is so lazy, and me spell a bit wrong because in Netherlands. Oh yeah, no worries about spelling. I'm one of the worst spellers there is. But you're right about the generation being. But some people may say the counter to that is they're being more wiser or craftier. Like if everything that you need is in your pocket in terms of information, how to do things, it makes you a little bit more efficient. And that's one thing the young generation will say. They're like, hey, I'm just trying not to waste my time. I don't want to sit here and listen to you talk for an hour when I could have just Googled it and had the same information in less than 5 minutes. Do you know what I mean? So I get their point. I'm kind of splitting the difference here. 347 Aiden, you're back. I do remember you're a dog trainer too, Aiden, right? Nah, okay. Hello, I'm new guy. Bailey the Bulldog. Nice to meet you. Welcome. Here a deuce, there it is, everywhere it is deuce. Oh, that's hilarious, Chris. Okay, buddy, you got this. You got this. I'll work with your sister. Now it's time for you to work with it. You can do this. I know you're thirsty. Let me help you. You got to put your paw up there. Come on, buddy. Oh, he's so heavy. You can do it. Oh. Get you water. Now you can get the water. Well, at least, you know what? I think today's a win for him because he's at least acknowledging this is where the water comes from, that I got to go. Like, he's acknowledging I got to go over here. It's just he just doesn't, and I'm trying to keep his foot on the far corner of it so it doesn't get as wet. You got to leave it up there, buddy. You guys that have been around for a while know I had to do the same thing for Storm. Missy, this is not for you. I don't think you're big enough to make that happen. Oh, buddy, come on, you can do it. You gotta leave your foot there. You gotta make that sacrifice, buddy. You gotta get those feet wet. Gotta get those feetsy wet. All right, guys. I think eventually he's gonna get it. He's gonna have to put up with his feet being a little bit wet if he wants to satisfy that thirst. Now, again, guys, the reason why I have this is because this is unlimited water for them. I mean, this is coming right out of the softened water. I have a water softener. You know, this is perfect water for them. Not molded. It's delicious. You want to try, Missy? You want to try? She's like, that is way too big for me. Come on. You want to try? You can do it. Here we go. Let's give you a shot. Come on. You going to step on it? Here. You want to try? Nah, she's like, I don't know what you think I am. I'm not a big dog. Come here. See? Nope. She's like, nah, I got to go old school. Here. Want some water? You got to come on this side. No? Not for you? Okay. It's like, she kind of wants to sniff it and kind of wants to engage, but not so much. Okay. Pause. Oh, you want to try it? Here, come here. Come back. You can try it. You want water? You want the water? No? Okay. All right. Paul says, Missy's so cute. I hope she lives many, many years. Me too. She's been such a good dog. You know, I kind of feel sorry for her in a way because once we got the bigger dogs, she's gotten a little less attention than she's used to. Because remember, we've had her it was just a single dog family for years. It was me, Missy, my 2 kids, and my wife for, let's see, 7 years, I think. She had us to herself, and it's been a wonderful dog, such a wonderful dog. And her world changed once the Rottweiler showed up, and it changed again once the Cane Corso showed up. And she's just hanging in there with us. She's hanging in there with us. Yeah, you are. Yeah, you are. Grizzly Bear says, licking and sniffing, that's all they do. Jose Mary Best friend says, aw. Bethany, where did you get it from? I want to get one. So Missy's from Mississippi. Rain is from Colorado. No, I'm sorry, from California. And Storm is a Texan. She's a Texas dog. She's from here, from San Antonio. Nibble, nibble, nibble. Little one is a humper. Sometimes they do that. Thank goodness we haven't had that issue. Hey, y'all get in the grass. Hey, Rain, get in the grass. Go get in the grass, not on the concrete. Hey, get in the grass. It's too hard on the concrete. Hey, Rain, go back. Do it on the soft grass. All right. Last thing I need is for them to start doing all this junk on the concrete and. So that was her saying, "I'm had enough. Cut it out." And then he's just being like, "Oh, goofy, goofy, goofy." So then that's it. That's in most cases with him being like a 2-year-old. That's all he wants to do is just play, 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 and she's cool with it to a degree. Then once it gets to too much, then she's like, "Cut it out." So you see her saying, "I'm dominant," and then he just he comes back and says, "No, you're not. I'm dominant." But But right now, so what she's doing is she's kind of saving it all up. Like right now, he's saying I'm dominant, but she's saving it all up for that moment when he turns his back. Then she's gonna be like, nope, oh, and then she's gonna retaliate. He's trying to get her to submit, like submit, submit, submit. See, that was her. That was her attempt to try to regain her dignity. So they go back. They go back and forth between playing and dominance, playing and dominance. So and Missy's like saying, I don't like the energy, and I don't either. So this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna go to here. We're going to the super soaker. What do we got here? Oh yeah, yeah. So this is the only dog that likes this. The other two hate it. They just do not like watch this. He's like backing off, like no thanks. And then Missy's gone. She's like, nah, I don't want any of that. So we'll keep that there. It's the water. Yeah, I know. So Stormy is definitely trying to say, look, I want to play up to a point. And then after a certain point, I'm done with this. And he's like, no, you're not. Keep going. Let's keep going. But yeah. But again, you know, so a lot of that, they're not fighting. So I'm not promoting any type of fighting here. That's just what these big dogs, that's how they play. It's just the problem is that they go between playful and dominance thing. They go, I'm dominant. Oh, let's play. I'm dominant. Let's play. And it's all good and dandy until somebody gets hurt, get their feelings hurt, and then they start acting out for real. And that's where I jump in. Bailey says, I've been studying about Dobermans. Ooh, yeah. So yeah, Dobermans they like skinny Rottweilers, right? You know, taller, skinnier Rottweilers. But a lot of people say that their temperament is a little bit different than a Rottweiler in the sense that they're a little bit more, I don't know, not as aggressive, I guess. I don't know what the word is, but whoever has a Doberman can kind of help correct me because I've never owned a Doberman, but they say Dobermans are not as intense, I think, as Rottweilers. But I think every dog can be more or less whatever characteristic that you can think of. You know, that could be a super aggressive Doberman and a very laid back Rottweiler, and you could have whatever combination. But on hold, I hear, overall, I hear that the Dobermans tend to have a little more humble type personality or temperament. So if you got a Rottweiler or a Doberman and can maybe help shed some light on that, let me know. Thanks, Kevin. Appreciate you. Brother and sister love. My Australian Shepherd loves water, and my other two hate it. It is so funny to watch my dog's Gizmo try to insist the Django. Inside. Is that in? Try to get the Django to play with him in the pond or the kiddie pool. That's the thing. My Rottweiler, she's a water fiend. So she actually doesn't care if anyone else plays with the water. She's like, I don't care if y'all want to sit on the sideline. I'm going to have fun. This girl will jump in that pool. She will swim all over there. She don't care if anyone else is in there or not. I had a video not too long ago where finally this guy got frustrated enough watching her swim and have such a good time that he decided he was going to take off. And it was one of those magical moments to actually capture that on film. The first, oh, here it is. Dang it, I ran out of snacks too. Come here. Rain. This is what I was talking about whenever they get so. Come here, Rain. Come here, Storm. So there. Come here. So you see that's my challenge right there. They're having so much fun doing that. They don't even hear me. I'm not even part of their whole. Now the whole pack is running. Rain, come here. I got a treat. It's like he doesn't even hear me. Rain. I'm hoping this is coming across because back over there, back over here. Rain. Oh, he's doing it again, guys. Y'all go back. Storm, go back. Go back. That's enough. Come here. Back up. Back. Back over there. He's totally out of it. It's like totally seeing red, you know. Rain. Back over here. Back over here. Back over here. Nope. I'm gonna chase. Nope. Back. Back. I'm having to. So I'm like actually confronting him now at this point. Back. Back. So that's my challenge. So my treats they were not enough to match that. So that's my challenge. And here's the reason why it's important to me is because imagine if we were in the street and they had broken away from the leash. I don't necessarily have good control over him primarily. You saw her, she was more hesitant. She kind of was wanting to run and kind of wanted to hear me out. But he is the one that sees red. He sees red and he just doesn't listen. So I think of the two or of the three big dogs, he's the one that would be the one that caused problems and run into the street or get hit by a car or bite somebody or bite, you know what I mean? So that skill is so important to me. The treats didn't work today, even though I didn't really have any good treats left over. I was trying to sweeten the deal up. And it wasn't enough. Back to the drawing board. But you know what? I'm okay with it right now, only because right now, this experiment, what I'm working on, first of all, I'm realizing that I have a problem. And two, I'm problem solving it in an environment where I can do, no harm was done. By them running up and down the fence line, it's not necessarily a problem in and of itself, and they get exercise doing that. It's more, for me, it's more about when I can't stop you out of the mindset, when I can't interject to get you to do what I'm asking you to do because you're so tied up in something else. That's a danger to you and a danger to me as an owner. So for me to recognize that we have that issue and try to work on that is the right thing to do. So I urge you, if you notice your dog has an issue like this, try to jump on it and don't ignore it, because you don't want to have to regret it later. You know what I mean? It's almost like me and the dog collar. If I had known about it before, it wouldn't cost me my dog. But I didn't know to know. So if I had known that, it's something I could have worked on beforehand. So if you have a dog like this, that it's a big, massive dog that has the ability to inflict harm or hurt a human or kill a human, and you don't have full 100% control like that, that's something you need to focus on. You're not gonna get in trouble for giving your dog the best treat, or not getting your dog a spiky collar and a awesome get up that you can take pictures of. You're gonna get in trouble for that stuff. All right, so let me get to the comments, because I've been doing a lot of I had to turn my attention to the dogs. Bailey, the bulldogs are the same, but I'm on my bed. Yep, exactly. You want to be, if you can train in an environment where it's no consequence to them or to you, that's the time to get it done. Not whenever you're in the middle of the street, and getting ready to have a altercation with somebody or with somebody's dog, and now you have to deal with legal issues, and that's not the time to be training your dog. So Emily says sometimes you just have to claim that fence as a tip, is if you're not against e-collars, get one from Rain when he does do the fence with it. So the e-collar, the only thing about it, Emily, is that I know that she will grab hold of that collar. And that's where I have issues with the collars with them in the backyard, because now I can try to put on the e-collar only doing like training times when I'm out here specifically watching them. And that may be the best call, is to use that e-collar, maybe even while I'm doing a live show, just so you guys can watch me try to, correct that. But that may be the only thing that I have, that my only option, because with him, you notice that he kind of walked around me. He saw that he could bypass me. He did that the couple weeks ago as well. But today I was prepared to run after him this time around, because I can sprint. I was getting ready to sprint if he didn't stop. But yeah, that may be my only option, is using the e-collar. So when he runs over there, just give him that negative feedback, and then have him run back. Oh, somebody's talking about coffee. I want my coffee too. Would your dog go after someone they don't know, or even another dog? Well, here's the deal. I don't know that my Cane Corso would actually run after another human being that he's unaware of. I think he would definitely go after another dog if he saw one. Let's say my gate was open over here, and a loose dog was running on the street, barking at him. I think that would really engage in him with that prey drive. I think he would go for it. Now, my Rottweiler, on the other hand, she has given me feedback that she's willing to go after a human being, and so with her, she probably would bite a human being. I I think him would be another dog. Either way, I don't care if it's a human being or dog or goat or cat or whatever, or even if it's a mountain lion. I don't want my dogs ignoring my recall during those times. You get what I'm saying? Okay, so Emily says, that's hard to get around with other dogs, but I have also seen people, including Caesar Milan, do a touch. It's similar to saying stop to the dog, and I have done it with my Rottie, and it works. Yeah, no, 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 no. I could do that too. I could do the touch thing with, use your fingers as like a prong into their side or the rib, whatever, just to get them out of that mindset. The only concern would be, is if once he's seeing red, again, this is a Cane Corso, having your hand giving him a negative feedback when he's in a mindset of attack, or in a mindset of go, 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 he could react to my hand and bite my hand, which, so I don't necessarily want to do that. I don't know that he would do that because I create a strong force for him. I don't think that he would quite see me that way, but whenever they're in a reactive state, I wouldn't put anything past the dog like that. Do you know what I'm saying? I just really wouldn't do that. But so I think that's why when you mentioned the e-collar, that could actually be a good thing, because giving that feedback without having to touch them may be a better option. And just kind of when I'm done training, go ahead and take off the e-collar so that she doesn't get a hold to it. But that may be my only recourse of teaching that skill here. Because again, I don't really care about them interacting. I have no problem with them running up and down the fence. I actually like that. I'm more concerned about the problem when I'm calling you and you're in that mindset and you don't hear me. You don't hear me at all. I am no longer important to you. That's a problem. That's a safety issue in my mind. Samantha says, I'm here relaxing, drinking coffee. Okay. Greg says, my neighbor got his, what is that, a scroty? Bit by I'm not sure what that means. Or is that a dog? My little corgi is a handful. Yeah, I want to see that corgi, Samantha. And Greg says, Rottweilers are the only dogs that eat human flesh. Ooh. I think Doberman's a little smarter than Rottweilers. Could be, man. Could be. They could be a little bit more smart. Bailey the Bullet says, yes, I gotta go. All right, Bailey, it was nice talking with you. Thanks for hanging out with us this morning. Yeah, we have to go eat breakfast in a minute anyway. It's about that time for us to go. They've been exercised, they've been trained, they're laying around now. It's time for them to eat, and they hopefully will have a good day. And he probably be wearing, let's see, what time is it? Probably around lunchtime. I'll throw the vest on him just to kind of burn out what a little bit of energy he has left for the day, and he should be good. Little Missy's waiting. She sees me go put my hand in my pocket. She's like, "You got some treats. I know you do." I'm gonna go ahead. But yeah, I think it's about time for them to eat breakfast. And anybody have any last minute questions or comments or concerns? Go ahead and throw them in the comment real quick. Miguel says, I have a dog like that black one. She have a Rottweiler? Have a great day. Enjoy your time outside. Thanks, Emily. Thanks for your comments today. Devon, I think I probably will be back on next weekend. I've been so busy lately, and I started doing online. It's like an online military training school, and that's been taking up my evenings. I don't even post as many shorts as I used to. It's life is life be life, and you know what I mean. So I think I'm trying to stick with my weekends with streaming at least, because I just want to make sure everyone, follows the dog. If you want to know how my dogs are doing, and I want to definitely, give you updates and stuff like that. But for the most part, life has been life, and it's been hard to do lives any other time other than like on the weekends. And Sunday mornings about 8:30 is about like my sweet spot for me to come on. And Sunday morning here in Texas, that is Central Texas, at about 8:30. So that's been my go-to timing there. But yeah, I'll be back. I'll try to make that commitment at least every Sunday, and stay tuned. Check out my shorts if y'all like any of those shorts. Give it a thumbs up, because we have done some work in the past. Like I said, we've put some work into our shorts. We do a little editing and do a little fancy stuff, little songs, little dance, little this and that and the other. So if you find something interesting and worth watching and you like it, please give it a thumbs up. I appreciate all that. And yes. Thank you so much, Samantha, for your help, for moderating. I appreciate you. I have to get ready to take my birthday boy out for breakfast. Yes. Y'all have a good time today, and happy birthday to him. Paul, thank you so much for all your hard work and for all your info and your input to the channel. Really appreciate you, man. And I will see y'all on the next weekend. Peace out, everyone. No music because I don't know how to make the music work. Okay, thank y'all. Y'all have a good one. Oh, hey, Samantha, check your email.